Princess Grace Adejoh. What is unique about her now is that she's the first female aspirant to come and pick governorship form, both from Kogi and Bayelsa State. So she has set a very big record. Now welcome, Princess Adejoh. Seated before you this afternoon are my colleagues from different media organizations, broadcast, print, different newspapers. Yes. We have a tradition here. Please let's put our phones on silent, gentlemen. You may wish to talk to us, kind of opening remark first, about your mission and vision, after which colleagues will ask questions. Questions there are hold no power. There are no questions you can't ask. Both personal questions. Because if you are aspiring to public office, you should be ready to answer any question. So once again, you're welcome. You may wish to give us your opening remarks before you answer questions. I'm Chairman of the PG Press Club.
Gentlemen of the press, permit me to stand. Most times are more comfortable. Okay, all right. With your blessing. Well, a very good afternoon to you, gentlemen and great men of the press. For me, it's a privilege to be here talking to people that actually voice out the tempo of the citizens of the country. Without the press, nobody will be hearing the other person. And so I want to commend your work in spite of the challenges you face. You still stood your ground to make the democracy in Nigeria what it is today with other good, well-meaning Nigerians. Having said that, my name is Princess Grace Adejoh. I hail from the Kina local government, the town of Aimba in Kogi State. I'm aspiring for the governorship position in Kogi State based on passion. I'm an ambitious person, quite all right. And in my own lineup, I was looking at maybe in the next 4 years to come out for this. But the hardship, the call, the cries, and the death rate in Kogi has become something that it's intolerable, and therefore I had to suspend whatever was on my agenda and join when meaningful guides to see that the situation is remedied, that the hardship becomes a thing of the past, and also that our voices are heard, because we now talk to ourselves in whispers. We can no longer convey the right message for development. My agenda basically is to get people out of poverty by one, investing in human capacity and developing it, investing on the huge supply of mineral resources, about 28 mineral resources that are bound in Kogi. See to it that we concentrate on our internally generated revenue and ensure that infrastructures are in place to drive in foreign investment. Also, to see that our healthcare system are improved, and our children, especially the children of the less privileged, have a kind of trust fund to see that they get into school. And as we continue and things improve, the vision is to ultimately get them a free form of education. To the workers, I don't see salary payment as an achievement, because it's actually their right. And so their salaries should be paid and their living standards should be looked into. Because if they're comfortable, they'll be able to give their best. I also want to see that our women, who suffer the brunt of a lot of violence and kidnappings and everything in the state that is going on, are empowered for any such eventuality, which we are hoping to eradicate when I come in. I want to see a security system that is super efficient, based on provision of the necessary tools for them to work, like installing CCTV cameras, installing and making sure that they have enough means of logistics, ensuring that they go for training and retraining. This I want to do in the area of security, and also I want to look at our agriculture, that they get loans, they get mechanized system of agriculture in the state, just to ensure that the economy is where it should be and is among the best economies in the state. I have a strong passion for our youth especially. I want to bring them back to the right path. Bringing them back to the right path, if by the grace of God this ticket is given to me, I do not have any violent tendency. If you give tickets to people that are known for violence and are friends to things that have to do with militarizing the polity, you have definitely encouraged violence in the system. But if the tickets are given to people that mean well, I'm sure our youth will not be involved in violence. So I'm looking forward to having our youth coming in the right path, seeing that the future is for them. And with arms, they cannot get that future that they can stand in any committee of nations in the future. And also, when I'm old and gray, I want to see the Nigerian youth that we have supported standing up for us and giving us a befitting burial when we're about to go. I'm talking like a mother now. So my plan really is to get us out of hardship and because that we should dream again, dream big, and live our big dreams.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Adejoh.
Chairman, please, I need to ask this.
We'll get we have listened to her, so definitely we're going to have a question time. Ijoma, is it because she's a leader?
No, I just noticed. I observed something. She's an aspirant, a governorship aspirant. How old has she accepted? Nothing for women.
Only for women?
Yes.
Ask her now.
That's what I'm asking her.
Ask her.
She's a
Did you
woman.
women empowerment?
She said I didn't tell you for women. I said something for women. She didn't hear. I said something for women. Okay, but can I answer that? She wants to know something. Okay, like I said earlier, when you empower a woman, it's like taking an insurance. It's like taking a life insurance. I intend putting our women in cooperatives, those already in cooperatives. I intend working with them and seeing that the areas of their interest, which is basically agriculture in my state, they are promoted so that the agriculture will beat the standard that it's supposed to meet up globally, not just within the nation. We can export our produce. I want to see a situation where Kogi women are able to export their produce agriculturally. And also I want to see a situation where Kogi women can also go, those that are not educated, can go back to school. Because knowledge is key in the kind of women we want to have in Kogi. I want to see that a kind of arrangement is made whereby our women will go back for training and retraining. They will get at least a basic education that can help them. In vocation too, I want to see that they are trained in the area of vocation so that they will be able to fend for themselves, fend for their family, and also the women that can also engage politically and make a mark in the political arena. That's what I want to see when I mean, my work with the women.
More question, Mike?
Yeah, Madam Mike, Ujapose is in the Nigerian Parliament. Number one, I'm sure that most of us here know one little or nothing about you. Want to know who you are, your profile. Then number two, you said something that you will now talk in whispers in Kogi. Can you expatiate on that?
What I mean by we now talk in whispers in Kogi, when you're surrounded by a situation whereby you could be kidnapped, your words could be received as an anti-government, you become an anti-government person by maybe voicing out some displeasure, that sense of fear. There's one thing about Nigeria that I love very much. Even globally, they say we suffer and we smile. We call it suffering and smiling. But when you cannot even smile anymore, that is the picture of Kogi. In your suffering, you cannot. It's a hopeless situation, you understand? It's like you're siege, you're besieged, you are in a kind of siege situation, and we want out. That's what I hope I've been able to explain that as much as I can. My profile. My name is Princess Grace A. Adejoh. I read chemistry education from the University of Illinois. I served with the Champion Breweries. After serving with Champion Breweries, I worked with Adejoh Steel Company as a chemist. Serving Adejoh, I went into another firm, Wrestler Consulting. We're consulting for Shell, Chevron, and F. And also, we were responsible for a lot of pilot plans for development in Lagos during the time of the Governor Marwa and early years of Chief Ahmed Bola Tinubu. We had consultancy work with the state government. I was instrumental for a lot of environmental impact assessment studies around the Benue Trough. With that, I also left to do a kind of consultancy work where we're promoting women, bringing out their essence, projecting them within and outside the country so that they find relevance in their field. Also, there was a time when the issue of HIV was prevalent. I set up an NGO, which was a youth-friend NGO, which combed the whole of Lagos, trying to get our youth off the lines of HIV in schools, in churches. I was speaking to them, and we had a great success in that area. Then came the political return of democracy into Nigeria, a much awaited opportunity. So I saw the need to come down to my home state, Kogi, to develop the democracy in the state. I returned in 1999. We worked assiduously to see that democracy was established. I'm part of the, in summary, I'll say I was part of the transition committee that saw to the swearing in of Alhaji Ibrahim Idris. That was one-time governor. I also supported the re-election of President Olusegun Obasanjo, Yar'Adua, President Jonathan Goodluck, and even Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. This I found myself in all forms of platforms that I initiated and also belong to certain coalition to see to the success of these candidates of all of the People Democratic Party. I also contested primaries for the Kogi State House of Assembly in my state. Then, after all those things, I was asked to join the former Nigerian ambassador to Nigeria in Singapore as a consultant. I also held the position of an executive assistant. We were blessed with one of the biggest bilateral meetings, two of the biggest bilateral meetings ever held by any mission in Singapore as at when we were there. After the tour of duty, I came back home to continue my consultancy job in environmental sector. I also mobilized myself and the women in Kogi because I've always been a woman leader. There are many times we came out agitated, even there are times the country will have it on record when ASU closed. I mobilized people then to go and see the former president wife Hajia Yar'Adua to see that our schools were open. Like that, I've been really active in the democracy of this country. And so I want to say that I feel it is time to also stand up for my state in this very dear need, because no well-meaning person will see the situation on ground and they are in that capacity or position will fold their hands and do nothing. And that's why I'm here today presenting myself as an aspirant for the governorship of Kogi State. Thank you very much.